Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of Standard 9th, in the last lecture we had discussion on types of epithelial tissue. Today we are going to discuss another type of tissue, connective tissue. So this tissue are the one which join different parts of the body, and as they join different parts of the body they are called connective tissues. Cells in this type of the tissue are loosely arranged with a ground substance in the free spaces in between. The ground substance may be solid, liquid like water, or jelly, or the jelly like. So this tissue have basically the function to connect different parts, and in particular different cells together with the part of the bodies. That's why they are named as connective tissue. Now let us see the types of connective tissue one by one. The first one, blood. Blood is a type of connective tissue. You can see its appearance, how it looks like. The location is, it is there in the closed circulatory system. Erythrocytes, leukocytes and platelets in a liquid plasma. The function of blood is to transport oxygen, nutrients, hormones and waste. So the blood is functioning as connective tissue in our body. Now let's talk about lymph. So this is how lymphs look like, and is present all around the cells in the body. The fluid ooze out of the blood capillaries contains leukocytes and liquid ground substance. Protection of body from infections. So these are the functions of lymph. Now if we talk about another one, Arular connective tissue. So this is the structure or appearance. It is present between the skin and muscles, and as well as around the blood vessels. There are different types of cell loosely arranged and supported by a jelly-like ground substance and elastic fibers, and they support internal organs. So they have this function of supporting internal organs. Next come adipose tissue. So this is how adipose tissue look like. Below the skin and internal organs, this is the location of adipose tissue. Particularly they behave like adhesive. The word is taken from adhesive, to stick together, to join together. The cells filled with fat droplets, jelly-like substance, insulation of and supply of energy, storage of fats. These are some functions of adipose tissue. The next one is cartilage. Cartilage, this is how the cartilage looks like. Nose, ear, larynx, trachea. These are the places, the locations where cartilages are found. Cells supported by fibrous, flexible, jelly-like ground substances, and lubricates the surface of bones. It gives support and shape to organs. Bones, these are skeleton or specific structure extending throughout the body. The osteocytes embedded in solid ground substance made up of calcium phosphate, and the support and protect different organs, help in movement. These are the functions of bones. So bone is also a very important part. It's a structural framework of our body. Tendons and joints, or tendons and ligaments, where they are present at the joints. So you can see in the diagram. Tendons, fibrous, strong, less elastic, and the ligaments are strong and highly flexible. So they join muscles to ligaments to bones, and ligaments join two bones. So tendons function is that they join muscles to bones, and ligaments they join bones to bones. Okay. So this is how connective tissue are of different types, and the functions and the structure we have discussed. Now moving ahead, let us talk about another type of important animal tissue, muscular tissue. So here muscle fibers and muscular tissues are formed from special type of contractile proteins, due to which this contraction and relaxation is possible. Muscular tissues are made up of the long cells of muscle fibers. Muscular movement occurs due to contraction and relaxation of the contractile proteins in this cell. So this is how muscular tissue, the muscles particularly, our muscles are made up of muscular tissue. So they have a special type of protein called as contractile protein. Okay, these are the protein present in muscles. And now this is how muscles are divided. Let us understand one by one. The first type of muscle is called as striated muscles. As you can see, there are the striations. These are the fine lines you can see. So muscles of the striated muscles are long, cylindrical, multinucleate, and have no branches. Okay, they're continuous, they have no branches. Multinucleate means they have many nucleus. Now let's talk about non-striated muscles. Muscles of non-striated muscles are short and they're spindle shaped. Can you see this shape? Spindle, okay, tapering at the end. Uninucleate, okay, single cell will have a single nucleus and they have no branches. There are no branches. Then if you talk about another one, cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscle cells are cylindrical, even they are cylindrical. They are uninucleated, but they have branches. Okay, you can see how they are divided, have branches. So this is how striated, non-striated and cardiac muscles. Now if you talk about the structure of striated muscles, like there are alternate dark and light bands on these muscles. They are attached to bones. They are also called as skeletal muscles. They move as per a will. Yeah, very important. And that's why they are called as voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles which help us to carry out voluntary action, the action which we do on our own wish, on our own will. Now the structure of non-striated muscles. Dark and light bands are absent. Here they are present and here they are absent. They are not attached to bones. Okay. Their movements are not under the control of our will. Hence they are called involuntary. Striated muscles are called as voluntary muscles. Non-striated muscles are called as involuntary because they are not under our control. They are present in alimentary canal, blood vessels, etc. Now if we talk about the structure of cardiac muscles, there are light and dark bands. They are present. The heart is made up of these muscles. Okay, as the name is cardiac, so whenever the word cardiac is used, it is related to heart. So these muscles are found in heart. The heart is made up of these muscles. The movement are not under the control of our will. Okay, they don't have any control over our will, and they contract and relax rhythmically. Okay, so rhythmically they contract, they move in that rhythm. Now function, let us discuss the function. Now if we talk about function of striated muscle, these muscles bring about movements of arms, legs, running and speaking. The functions of non-striated muscles, like the movement of eyelids, all non-voluntary movements which we do. Okay, the movements which are not under control, the movement of eyelids, the passage of food through alimentary canal, contraction and relaxation of blood vessels. These all are the movements taking place in a body or outside of the body like some are internal, some are external, which we have no control over them. And the function of cardiac muscle is very important. It's related to heart, the contraction and relaxation of the heart. So this is how the functions are. Very important topic. You can have questions on this. Now let us move towards another important animal's tissue called as nervous tissue, which we have already discussed in the last chapter, chapter number 15, about neuron. The same neuron is discussed over here again, nervous tissue. So nervous tissue help us or enable us to respond to stimuli like touch, sound, odor, color, etc. All these differentiation of color, we can feel the touch, everything is being helping us to do or carry out this action because of the neuron. So cells of the nervous tissue are specially made up to become excited and to conduct the external or the excitation from one part of the body to the other. The cell body which the cell body which contains the cytoplasm and the nucleus is the main part of the nerve cell. Okay, you can see this is the nerve cell, the cell body, and the cytoplasm present in it. Numerous small branched fibers called dendrites. Okay, these are the dendrites, which are projections, the branches, arise from the cell body. One of the fibers, however, is extremely long. It is called the axon. This one is long. This is axon. The length of a nerve cell may be even up to 1 meter. Many nerve cells are bound together with the help of a connective tissue to form a nerve. And nervous tissue is present in the brain, spinal cord, and the network of nerves spread all over the body. Peripheral nervous system is made up of all of them. So in most animals, action is in response to stimulus occurs due to integrated functioning of the nervous tissue and muscular tissue. So nervous tissue, this is a nerve cell, but there are many nerve cells together to form nerve, and this nervous tissue with muscular tissue, they help us to carry out number of functions in our body. So here we have finished with animal tissues. Inshallah, next time we'll discuss about plant tissue. So by the time whatever is being taught to you in this lecture, go through your textbook, read it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.